Hey everybody, it's your good girlfriend, Haith Johnson from La Host Hair and Wigs. I love hair replacement. I love helping people with special needs. And this gentleman actually was walking by the salon and he stopped in and wanted to ask more about toupees. I told him what it would take for him to get a toupee. It wasn't the cost, it was more so the commitment of him shaving his head. So I told him what I would do. He had an event coming up in a couple of days and just wanted to do something. He's actually going through chemotherapy and just wanted to show up at the party, as he say, feeling confident and looking amazing. Just a sense of normalcy. So I said, you know what, let me try this method. When I was younger, I actually learned hair techniques in a toupee hair replacement center. So I picked up a lot of great tips along the way. His hair, as you see, was extremely thin. Now, what you see me doing here is knotting anchors into his head. And basically what that means is his hair was so super fine, so you have to almost build anchors throughout his scalp. Here, what I'm doing is I'm looping the thread around a piece of hair, right? Almost making a knot, but that is an anchor. So when I begin to do the sew-in, I'm going to have a balance of those little knots throughout his scalp so that the piece would lay down and not break off more unnecessary hair for this gentleman as he's going through chemotherapy. I hope that makes sense. If not, leave a comment down in the section and tell me where I lost you. If so, I'll explain it better or do another video for you. But again, I'm building now his hairline because he has absolutely no hairline. And again, I'm twisting almost like a little knot. I hate to say a knot, but that's actually what you're doing. There was a method back in the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. And it was called pole weaving. Look that up. Look up pole weaving. It was a technique that was done back in the 80s that when hair was just extremely thin or bald, sparse areas, you would do this technique. It was really a great technique and I really learned a lot. So again, I'm building up a hairline so that when I put the piece on, and actually y'all, I used a ponytail. A drawstring ponytail. So now here again, I'm laying the foundation because I don't want to stitch in one particular area. And if you do that, it'll cause more damage or he will get a bald spot in that particular area. So if you can distribute the weight throughout the scalp, then it will be a great comfortable fit because he's only going to wear this for 3 weeks. Because after I did complete it, he really liked it. And he said, you know what? I think I will come back and get the toupee because it's impossible to do a complete toupee application without shaving your hair. Now, this is the thing that I was like, oh my God. But again, this was a walk-in. He shaved his head all the way around and it would have been better. And I could have made it look a lot more natural if he had went to a barber. That way they could have faded a little bit better on the sides and in the back, and I could have got it to blend in perfectly. But I did my best. He was happy. And again, he was a walk-in, you know, and I'm here for it. I love, again, he wanted to help and I was here to help him. So now what I'm doing is I got my foundation. It's nice and strong and the weight is distributed throughout his whole head. So now I'm just cutting off the excess net because now it's time to apply the ponytail. Y'all, this was a drawstring ponytail and he wanted me to put in individual tracks, and I already knew that was not going to be a good fit. And I don't glue hair down. I don't believe in 27 pieces. So here you see me cutting out the string in the ponytail. I'm going to utilize the comb in the back. I'm just going to glide it in so it can be nice and comfortable. And then I'm gonna put what we call darts throughout the front, the sides, and the back. He can utilize this piece again. Now what you see me doing is twisting. And I'm gonna twist it all the way because the neater you can be when it comes to extensions, weaves, curling, flat ironing, the more neater you are, the better the hair will look. Okay. So you see me getting the excess hair away so that I can sew it down properly so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm just basically tucking all the hair away so I can sew down. And I'm using the famous alligator duck clips. Those are the only ones. Those are on our website. Please go to lahostbeauty.com if you want to purchase those. I promise you, change your life. If you're new to the weave game, if you're new to hair extensions, even flat ironing, these clips hold down huge amounts of hair so that you can get done what you need to get done. They don't fall out. That's why I really like them. As you see, I'm using a curved needle. I prefer going to the upholstery store for my curved needles because they're stronger and they're sharper. So you can get through the weft easy, so very well. Not that the beauty supply store, again, cannot sell them. I just like mine at the upholstery. Now what you see me doing is, remember I put that little knot? It's the same technique that we would use when we are doing pole weaving, same type of technique. I am now sewing the piece down to the anchor because those are the pieces that's going to actually hold it and distribute the weight throughout front, sides, and back so that it just doesn't, in other words, you don't want to sew really, really tight in one area, and that's the pressure point. One, it'll cause hair damage, hair loss, and you'll pull out a plug of hair. But if you can distribute that weight throughout the whole scalp, you're going to get a nice, even look. Really, really nice. Again, I wish he would have went to the barber, but he didn't. So let's make the best. So the biggest challenge in doing this for him today is really blending. Because yes, the ponytail is kind of thick, but I'm not intimidated by it being thick because I can thin it to the roots. Okay, so now that everything is evenly distributed, I asked him, how does it feel? He says it's very comfortable. I asked him, is it too tight? He says no. He was going to leave there and go get a stripper outfit because it was time for him to get back in, but he was playing. I was like, are you serious? He was like, no, I ain't serious. I'm just playing. But anyway, he was a great customer, great personality, and just really wanted help. So I said, you know what? You want help? I can do something. So I told him, come on now. He said he looked like the guy in some movie, some karate movie. But anyway, so what I'm doing now is I am thinning, and it's called shearing. So I am slithering a lot of the hair out, and I'm slithering it. And what you do is you quickly, rapidly take the scissors and you move very, very fast with it. And what that will do is it causes the hair to look more natural on the ends. Because hair doesn't grow one length. It grows in various times because your hair is always in 3 stages. It's in telogen, collagen, and alogen. So alogen is the first phase. So what that means, simply those 3 phases, your hair is either dormant, meaning it's at a standstill, it's either growing, or it's shedding. So all throughout your scalp, you have your hair doing, it's either shedding, growing, or just still. Now, what you see me do now is I have thinning shears. These are a must. A must. If you're in the hair extension world, you have to master using the thinning shears. Now I'm using the Beauty Solution the human formula. And what it does is it helps you to get out all the excess hair that you're shedding, or not you're shedding, but that you're thinning out of the piece. It's going to get all of that hair out, as well as it's going to put elasticity in that piece so that as I'm combing it, it's not snapping and breaking, but it's actually added elasticity, which means when I comb it, the hair is stretching. That is 100% human hair. That is virgin raw. So it's really a good grade of hair. Again, we sell ponytails. And if you want the ponytails, we have ponytails up to, I think, 26 inches. And the drawstring ponytail is my go-to, especially in the summertime. So he was like, yeah, I think I want a mohawk. I'm like, sir, I am not about to do a mohawk on you. Let's stick to the script. Stick to the script. Everybody stay focused. But he was so much fun. And again, I'm just going in and I'm taking out all the excess hair because he is slim. And again, the more hair you can get out, the more natural it is going to look. So I'm just kind of taking a break, looking back and seeing where we are and how much more. That I've cut already all of that out of this hair. And now I'm just going in and cross-checking, making sure everything is even on both sides, because there is no guideline of a fade. If he would have went to a barber, it would have been a lot easier for me. Again, I picked up the Beauty Solution Human Formula. It would have been so much easier for me to blend that in, but the way he shaved his head, it's going to take a lot of work. So I did a lot of thinning. For the most part, I think I'm there. I'm going to just dust off the excessive amount of hair so he's not itchy and scratchy. And it's time to style it now. So now what I've done is wet it down completely. I'm still going in there, taking out excess hair. And my job right now, this is the hardest part of what I did for him today. Beyond laying the foundation, it's not even the cutting, it's the sides, because you'll see in the end how it blends. So I also thought of something while I was doing it. I said, you know what? It's a spray. It's like it's not a hairspray, but it's like, the fibers that people would use? Well, they have fibers actually in a spray form. And what I did is to cover up the gaps and to blend it, since there was not a fade line that I could work with, I actually used the spray to spray in around the perimeter of his scalp so that you can see any gaps or holes in the hairpiece. So again, I'm just getting in there and still cutting out a lot of hair. The worst thing I did not want it to do is look too thick and look like he just kind of plopped something on top of his head. But again, it was something temporary. He was walking by. He needed help. He wasn't ready for a toupee because he was like, man, that means I got to shave my hair off. He said, no, I want to wait. I got a birthday coming up and I'll do it for my birthday. So I told him it would be so much easy. Wearing a toupee, when you get it done properly, it looks so natural. And when it's done properly, the person really does look good and feel so much better. And I'm still not done. I'm doing my best to make it blend. Didn't know how much work I was going to have to put in, but again, this is what I love. I'm holding it down just so that it can kind of not stick out on the sides. And then I'm twisting with my finger, with my pointer finger and my thumb, and just, twisting it around to make it fuller. I'm using our wrapping set. You can order it on thehostbeauty.com. And here's the after. I think he looks good. What do you think? Please make sure you subscribe and follow, share, and check out our links below.